MindShifter Audio Blog, a place for your mind to grow.
Breaking the chains of your mental prison. Have you ever looked at someone else's success and thought, I could never do that? I want you to pause right now and really consider where that thought came from. Was it based on actual physical limitations or capabilities? Or was it a boundary you created in your own mind? I've spent years watching people limit themselves before they even try. I've done it myself too. We build these elaborate mental prisons with invisible bars that feel more solid than steel. Yet they exist only in our thoughts. The truth I've discovered on my journey, and the reason I'm so passionate about mind shifting, is that most of the obstacles stopping you from achieving your dreams aren't external, they're internal. Think about it. When you were a child, you believed you could be anything. Astronaut, a famous artist, a world-changing inventor. What happened to that boundless thinking? Somewhere along the way, voices started creeping in. Be realistic. That's not for people like us. You don't have what it takes. These voices might have come from well-meaning parents who wanted to protect you from disappointment. They might have come from teachers who were teaching you to be practical. They might have come from a culture that told you what was and wasn't possible for someone of your background, gender, or circumstances. And over time, you internalized this message. You began to believe them. You built walls in your mind that began to feel like absolute truths. I know this pain intimately. I've felt the crushing weight of self-doubt that makes your dreams seem silly or impossible. I've experienced that moment of hesitation where you talk yourself out of even trying because your mind has already decided you'll fail. But here's what I need you to understand. Deep in your heart, those limitations are lies. Just because something is difficult doesn't mean it's impossible for you. It might simply mean you need to find a different approach, one that works with your unique strengths and circumstances. The traditional path might not be your path, but that doesn't mean there isn't a path. When I look at the most extraordinary accomplishments in human history, they all began with someone refusing to accept the mental limitations others had established. Every innovation, every movement, every breakthrough started with someone saying, why not me? Right now, I want you to think about something you've been telling yourself you can't do. Something that makes your heart ache with longing, but your mind immediately shuts down with a list of reasons why it's impossible. What if those reasons aren't facts, but fears disguised as logic? What if the only thing truly standing between you and that dream is your belief that you can't achieve it? I'm not saying that hard work isn't required. I'm not promising overnight success or magical thinking. What I am saying is that without first believing something is possible, you'll never take the sustained action needed to make it reality. The most painful obstacles to overcome are indeed the ones in your mind, because they stop you before you even begin. They rob you, not just of achievements, but of the joy of trying, of learning, of growing through the process. I've seen people transform their lives, not because their circumstances dramatically changed, but because they finally gave themselves permission to believe in possibilities rather than limitations. I've watched people accomplish things they once thought impossible, not because they suddenly gained new abilities, but because they stopped telling themselves they couldn't. This isn't about toxic positivity or denying real challenges. It's about recognizing that your thoughts create your reality by determining which actions you'll take and which opportunities you'll even allow yourself to see. Today, I'm reaching out my hand to you, wherever you are in your journey. I want you to feel my absolute conviction that there is more possible for you than you've allowed yourself to believe. The prison in your mind has a door, and you have the key. Start small if you need to. Challenge one limiting belief. Take one action that your mind has been telling you is impossible. Prove to yourself that the boundary exists only in your thoughts. The world needs your unique gifts, your distinctive voice, your particular perspective. Don't let the limitations in your mind rob us all of what you can contribute. You are stronger than you think. You are more capable than you know. And the obstacles that feel so insurmountable, they begin to dissolve the moment you question their reality. I believe in you, even if you're still learning to believe in yourself. And remember, that mental prison of yours doesn't have a lifetime warranty. So break out now before your brain tries to sell you the extended coverage plan.